Hey guys, what's going on? It's Rekt Capital and welcome back to the Rekt Capital channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today we're going to be talking about whether a $6,000 Ethereum is realistic. On the channel here, we talk about level-headed price predictions, realistic price developments, and overall cutting-edge insights that can help you as an investor in the crypto market. And it's all about being level-headed and trying to understand what's theoretically possible within the realm of actually what is really realistic. So it's not about being hype-based or, it's going to the moon and whatnot. Today we're going to be focusing on whether a $6,000 Ethereum is actually realistic, and I'm going to showcase this through the lens of Bitcoin's price action as well as the price action of a wide variety of different altcoins and players in the space. And then we're going to compile that just to answer that question whether it's realistic or not. So let's dive into the update. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and let's talk about Bitcoin's price action first, because Ethereum is following Bitcoin. And a lot can be said about Ethereum just by observing what's going on with Bitcoin's price action. So to start, we can see that since Bitcoin broke its $20,000 old all-time high in 2017, the old all-time high from 2017, you can see that we saw a 200% price increase since then. So essentially, Bitcoin has tripled since breaking its old all-time high, which is fantastic. And the reason that this matters is because, and of course this is a tweet from January 15th, and we're going to talk about this in a bit more detail, but at the time Bitcoin broke to $40,000 and that was only doubling. And at the time I tweeted that if Ethereum doubled on breaking its all-time high of 1,400, it would get to 2,800 and so on for Litecoin and Link. So we'll talk about this tweet in a second. Let's talk about the correlation that Bitcoin has to Ethereum, because Bitcoin is forming, or has formed, a double bottom formation. This one isn't picture perfect. It isn't a clean, clear W-shaped formation, as we can see from Ethereum, which has a beautiful double bottom formation, which has of course broken out and validated, and Ethereum is now in price discovery. In fact, Ethereum is enjoying its 4th day of price discovery, reaching a new all-time high 4 days in a row, which is fantastic. But you can see how Ethereum is following Bitcoin's price action. This is generally the formation that Bitcoin set out for Ethereum and as a whole a wide variety of different altcoins as well, and we've seen a triple in Bitcoin's price ever since. And at the moment, Ethereum has broken past its old all-time highs, and it's now at 2,400, but that's still only 75% towards the upside compared to its 2017, 2018 all-time highs. So you can see that Bitcoin has tripled since breaking its 20,000 highs, but Ethereum hasn't even doubled. So this just begs the question, going back to this tweet over here. If Ethereum doubled on breaking its all-time high, it would rally to 2,800. And how realistic? Is it really unrealistic? Well, you're actually seeing that today, 2 months or at least 3 months later, we're already at 2,400, and it really is realistic for it to get to 2,800. So that's going to be a double since the breaking of old all-time highs, 1,400. So double is really realistic. If we think about this January 15th tweet, it is realistic. But Bitcoin has since not doubled, it has since tripled. So this now begs the question, is it possible for Ethereum to triple? So Ethereum tripling would be not 2,800, it would be 4,200. So we are getting closer to 6,000, aren't we? Because that's something that's really realistic. Because Ethereum is fundamentally following Bitcoin. Bitcoin has tripled, and Ethereum can easily triple as well, even though it hasn't doubled yet, but it can still really follow Bitcoin. So 4,000, just over 4,000 is realistic. Now the question here is, because Bitcoin hasn't topped out yet, in fact it's only broken out from a very clean ascending triangle like formation over here. It's just broken out and made a new all-time high. So we're not just done yet with Bitcoin, And how much Bitcoin will still rally? There are many price predictions. I've offered a lot of analysis for free on this, and you can check it out in the Rekt Capital newsletter. I've offered a lot of different cool insights about the 4-year cycle and whatnot. But in any case, Bitcoin hasn't peaked yet, which means that it still has some room to grow. And depending on how much Bitcoin can rally, Ethereum is going to just follow Bitcoin. So it really does depend on how Bitcoin goes on from now, but we're still quite clear about it that Bitcoin hasn't topped out and it still has many new all-time highs to discover because we're still early on in the cycle. So Ethereum is going to continue to follow, and even though the tripling of Ethereum from its old all-time high of 1,400 is realistic, so over 4,000 is realistic, if Bitcoin continues to rally like this, then $6,000 for Ethereum, is it really unrealistic? Honestly, we're going to need to start thinking about a $6,000 Ethereum if Bitcoin continues this way. And that's something that's really exciting. Because if we compare the Link chart, for instance, Chainlink has recently broken out into new all-time highs as well. It's rallied in 3 months, it's doubled, essentially. From $20 right over here, it's doubled to $41. Right, so if we just go back to that tweet over here, January 15th, I spoke about if Link doubled after breaking its all-time high of $20, Link would be $40. So is that unrealistic? At the time, many people might have thought it was unrealistic, but you can see how we are now, Chainlink is now $41. And if we just go back to this tweet, we're noticing how Ethereum doubling to 2,800 is quite realistic with Ethereum at 2,400 right now. Link doubling to $40, well, that's already happened, so we're probably going to see even more upside from Link. So if Litecoin doubled on breaking past its old all-time high of 420, that would be 840, and is this unrealistic? How unrealistic is this actually? Because we're seeing all these price developments in different altcoins, and we're seeing such phenomenal upsides. So Ethereum, or at least Litecoin over here, hasn't even broken its old all-time high. And the way to think about this is we're going to have two all-time highs here. The candle-bodied all-time high and the wicking all-time high. And we're 15% from the candle-bodied all-time high and only 36% from the actual all-time high in the wicking form. So breaking past the candle-bodied all-time high for Litecoin to double from that point, that would be around $600, right? And a double from the actual all-time high, wicking all-time high over here, that would be around $750. So if we just go back to this tweet, if Litecoin doubled on breaking its all-time high of 420, 840, would that be unrealistic? Well, if 750 is going to be the double for Litecoin from its all-time highs, well then how unrealistic is 840, right? How unrealistic is it for Litecoin to reach $840? I wouldn't say it's unrealistic, to be perfectly honest. 3 months on, this tweet just looks obsolete because Link has already eclipsed 40, Ethereum is about to reach 2,800, Bitcoin has already eclipsed $40,000, it's already $60,000 plus, and it's only Litecoin that's lagging here. And we know about Litecoin's relationship to Ethereum. Ethereum is painting a double bottom formation, fully validated it, broke out, and price discovery. And we can see that Litecoin is forming the same exact formation, but it's lagging. It's a little behind, right? If we just go back to Ethereum. Think about this chart for a second, and let's go back to Litecoin. It's essentially copy-paste, but Litecoin is just a little bit behind, a few steps behind. So in any case, I think we've made the point quite clear here. Litecoin is going to break out to new all-time highs, and it's probably going to at least double and follow Ethereum, because Ethereum is following Bitcoin, which has tripled. Ethereum is about to double, and Ethereum will actually more than double, and Ethereum will rally as much as it can following Bitcoin and Bitcoin is just paving the way. So the more Bitcoin goes up, Ethereum will go up as well. And the same goes for Litecoin, which is strongly correlated to Ethereum, just lagging a bit behind it. But Litecoin is going to continue to follow Ethereum as well. So the more Bitcoin rallies, the more Ethereum rallies, the more Litecoin rallies. And there's so much more like that to come, so much more upside to enjoy from all of these: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Link as well, which is also enjoying a new all-time high and price discovery. And having said that, guys, that's about it for today's video update. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more videos like this in the future. And of course, drop a like if you enjoyed the video. I'm Rekt Capital, and I'll speak to you in the next one. Speak to you soon.